Hi there. Thanks for joining CPG Bytes, a series of short video segments from Treasure Data, where we chat about the latest news and industry trends and read between the lines to provide our perspective and insights. So David, my friend, what do you have for us this week?
Yeah, how you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing great, David. How about you?
Really good, thanks. So I thought this article that came out actually just a few days ago on CGT's website about Unilever creating basically a paper-based laundry bottle in conjunction with Diageo and GSK. And this is something that really it struck a nerve with me personally because I think sustainability is one of my own personal drivers, and I just was really encouraged by this because I think not just myself, but many consumers are basically motivated by sustainability. Here's a question for you. Between 2013 and 2018, what percentage of CPG growth in the US do you think was driven by products marketed as sustainable?
Wow. Um, Especially that's so recent. May I guess 20%?
50%.
Wow.
50%. So that's where the growth products that were marketed as sustainable grew 5.6 times faster than kind of conventional products. So this is obviously a really key topic.
Yeah.
The other thing I think is important, and people might say, well, why paper, right? There's plastic, right? And plastic's recyclable. Well, kind of here's another little factoid for you. From 2010 till today, if we look at the numbers, the percentage of plastic that actually gets recycled, not that people put in the recycle bin, but actually get recycled, hovers around 8 to 9%. The
Wow.
vast majority of it goes to landfill, 75, 76%. The difference, the rest of it gets either incinerated for power. But the bottom line is we as a society need to move away from plastic, right?
Mhm.
And I think Unilever joining this group of Diageo and GSK to innovate around these paper-based bottles is going to prove to be a really strong differentiator for them from a consumer perspective. And as we all know, they need that as a bigger company. They need to be proving that they're innovative and that they're driving kind of change, right?
Yeah.
So good for the earth, if you will, is a good motivator. It's interesting, this article though that I thought was kind of fascinating. If I scroll down, and I'll just click on this other article. Last month, they're actually working on recyclable toothpaste tubes. Now, these are actually made of plastic, so kind of getting a little bit to that plastic side. But what I found fascinating in this is they're not holding on to that patent, that capability, that innovation themselves. They're making it available to other brands, the competitive brands, right? And so if you think about that, think about how that then kind of just transcends the brand. If I'm a consumer looking at Unilever, I'm thinking, golly, these guys are really doing what's right, right? They're really trying to make a difference and thinking beyond just their own brand or their own enterprise. And that's going to make them, in my opinion, a much more trustworthy brand and something that I can now really attach my loyalty to. So you got kind of this 1-2 punch of the innovation around the paper-based stuff that's really going to drive sustainability and help the planet, but they're also doing things, better, if you will, more broadly beyond just their brands and their companies. So that's going to engender kind of this trust and loyalty. So I think it's just a fantastic story of what Unilever's doing. But at the end of the day, the reason Unilever is doing this is because I think they really have a deep understanding of consumer trends and consumer motivations, right? And clearly, you can't do that without having access to consumer level data, first party data, quite frankly. And so I think probably kind of the final takeaway for the audience on this is, really dig deep and think through what is your strategy around building out a first party, data repository, for lack of a better term. Maybe it's going down a direct to consumer, strategy. There's a number of ways. Maybe it's a loyalty program, whatever the case might be. But that first party data is really a requirement. It's really that fuel to get that deep understanding that allows you to know what are the trends that are relevant for your consumers that you can then utilize as a differentiator in the marketplace.
No, I really always like the sustainability idea because we have all but one Earth. And by taking care of our environment, can we also take care of our consumers? And the best way to take care of our consumers is by knowing them, right? Knowing what they want, knowing when they want it, and their personal preferences. So instead of trying to memorize every customer's names and profiles, let the data platform do the hard part and feed you the intelligence that you need to be successful and in having a personal conversation with them. That's kind of what I see as kind of the value of really getting to know your customers and at the same time doing good, like you said, for the environment and for the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am gonna, my weekly blog, this topic around sustainability is the topic for the one coming out next week. So I'm gonna dig deeper into sort of a little bit of the history of this and how many of the big brands kind of missed the health and wellness trend of about a decade ago, and how I think this sustainability trend is something that, it's been around for a while, but I think it's really catching on and getting kind of probably a high priority, board level priority. So understanding consumers and understanding their wants and needs around that is going to be paramount for success kind of in the next few years.
That's fantastic. Thank you, David, for all the insights again today. And thank you for joining us. Just a quick reminder, in case you haven't checked it out yet, you heard David talking about his blog post. And we have been publishing that blog post each week on all topics related to CPG. We will include a link to the latest blog on abandoning the personalization ship in the description below, which has more great insights and also to bust some personalization myths and also getting some good stories from David. And lastly, for more videos like this, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the bell for all notifications. We will be back again in 2 weeks with more topics for CPG Bytes. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.